a lot of the blockage. There goes a lot of the closeness right there. But that experiences you. So you've just proven to yourself that you have access. What do you do with that information? Is that information for your mind?
No.
Or is it for your being?
It's for your being. To experience and grow.
You want that to grow?
Mm-hmm.
What's your being going to do with that information?
It'll take what it needs and it'll leave the rest.
Right. And it will swallow what it needs.
Mm-hmm.
Right? To change the
Mind or
the energetic vibrational level of being to a higher state. If you were to just get out of the way, it would do it on its own, naturally, because it is not confused about your world. It is above your world.
Mm-hmm.
It's got the clear eagle-eye view of it. It's not confused. What we are manifesting here as personalities is what's confused. No, it's, you could say it as there's two worlds going on simultaneously. There's a world made for us. It's pretty simple. No one really has a problem with it. Not really. Then there's the one that we made, which is morals and values and judgments and the whole thing that is laid over the top. That's where all the problems are. That's where all the pain is. What are wars fought over? Anything real? Or just ideas?
ideas.
Ideology. Not actuality. Ideology. Right? You go out in the woods. It's only one reason anything killed anything else. We're hungry. That's it. Done. Things aren't just naturally violent.
Mm-hmm.
See what I'm saying? So if a human being, it can be said so many different ways in so many different modes. Be your natural self. Be what is real and present without putting anything else on it. Saying the same thing. Be yourself. Be that which is your emanation. Just be that. That is satisfaction. There is no other satisfaction. That is the satisfaction. It's when you're you, and you're in that state that you call well-being. Is that not your satisfaction?
Yes. Yes.
It's never the situation is working. I mean, even if it is about a situation working out a particular way, the satisfaction is presentable because of that. You see what I'm saying? Because of that situation, now you're satisfied. It's not that the situation did it. It's just you opened yourself up to satisfaction because all of the pieces fit in a perfect space. You're like, yeah. And there you feel satisfied. But it's not the thing that did it. It's the fact that you can now open up to satisfaction because the parameters that you set for it to happen did.
Right.
But it's not like it did it. You just, okay, it's like this. I'm not going to do another thing until I run that 10 miles. I'm not going to feel good until I run that 10 miles. So you run 10 miles and you feel good. You put the conditions there. You start the game in motion by saying it in the first place. By putting attention into that in the first place. So now you have to run 10 miles. I have to hit rock bottom before I actually really, really become honest with myself.
Yeah.
Oh, great. I don't want to know yet, but great. It means that I'm going to have to fork out money or something, get you out of jail, cover for you, throw you in rehab. You know what I'm saying? So why hit rock bottom before you realize your true nature?
Right.
Unless you're dumb. Unless you're dumb. There's really no reason to do that. I had to hit rock bottom because I was dumb. I was really dumb. I'd skid and crash and burn before I actually really understood anything. And it's funny because understanding is nothing more than once you embody it, it simplifies.
Right.
Once you are actually experiencing it, there's the simplification. It's no longer confusing. It's no longer complex. It just is. We can go through life like this. Right? Satisfied every moment. You want to piss off big brother? Be satisfied at every moment.
Right.
And not by anything he's giving you. Because then you're now being you're allowing yourself in a manipulative, controlled state. Now,
Right.
thing you can do when you're being attacked by this whole thing is to whip out an instrument to defend yourself. And what is it? It's the hammer, it's the mind. Right? And then you give the power to the mind. It's like that turns into general. Right? You there, and it starts to be very cutthroat and it has no compassion.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, to be open is also to be vulnerable. The energies are going to hit you. Right? And they're going to affect the being. Let the being determine what's to be done. Let the mind. Because the mind is going to abstract it. It's going to take the information and jumble it in a very avant-garde way. Then you're going to try to interpret that. It's not going to happen. It's like trying to interpret a Jackson Pollock painting. No. Sorry, everybody can have their idea. In other words, it's just a mash. The focus has to be clear. Right? The awareness has to be heightened. You will not succeed in this world without it. In it, yeah, but to succeed in a way that is true for the being as successful. It's not going to happen that way. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Very profound.
It's very real.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to sit down on the BS
Right.
and get down to what it's really about. Anybody can go sit and meditate and burn candles and sage and say prayers and la 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 or yoga or whatever. It's a new damn thing.
Right.
It's activity. And usually what you find is people involved in that activity are really searching themselves. But now they've ended their search and they don't even feel that great. Because all their energy now is in yoga or whatever thing it is they picked up to do. There it is, bam. It's all their focus for that thing to happen, that feeling of well-being to rise is all tied up in this act. That's not how the universe works. It's spontaneous. It's a situation arises, you feel and you choose to jump in or not. It's never premeditated. Growth is not a premeditated thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You don't plan for it. You either have it and do it, or it doesn't exist.
Right.
That's why rock bottom helps.
Yeah, just don't embed yourself too far to where you're like in it. To hit rock bottom is okay as long as you bounce off. But if you end up like a 50-foot hole embedded in it, it's not great. And then you're like screaming. Because you're so far from being.
Right.
You're so far from access to satisfaction and well-being. You're like a voice crying out in the night, scared to death. You know what being scared is all about. It's so funny, men do probably more than women. I mean, women do, don't get me wrong, but men have a much more intense problem with it. Being afraid. So women, for a lot of them, their emotional state is the fact that they bear life means they're seeing it from a perspective that's probably a little higher than man. Bad. The fact that they know how to bring life into the world. All we know how to do is run around and, that's all we know. They actually know, somewhere. I can make another living thing, can you? It's like, so they already have, more access to the emotional states that we don't. To us, it's like most men are like, you want to talk about what? I'm going to the baseball game. Oh yeah, honey, let me just avoid this at all costs because it's making me feel something I don't understand, and all I know how to do is punch holes